to be using the Pamela Coleman Smith Collector's commemorative set. Came in a really nice box like this a couple of years ago, and just I want you to be able to see fast what I'm doing. So the spread we just didn't have any so-called spread positions. We were just reading it like a Lenormand. Here's how you can apply it to tarot. Now this is my favorite spread. So I'll take situation, challenge, advice, and outcome. So if I look at these cards, so for this we've got Knight of Wands reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups. So we've got this. The situation is Knight of Wands reverse, so that's kind of like fire reverse, fire not happening, energy not happening. The challenge is the Queen of Pentacles, and so the challenge is having money, doing something. The advice is we've got spending time with family, when you do spend money, make sure it's on the family. So somebody may be spending money outside of what's important for their home. And then the outcome is the wish come true. Okay, so very quickly, if we were to do this in terms of the tarot reading, this may be the way you're already reading. Now let's apply the other technique to it. Now here's where it becomes a real blended experience. I'm going to put another layer of cards on each one, and then a third layer. So now these, each row becomes what I showed you before horizontally in the 3-card spread. So these are all the situation. These are all the challenge. These are all the advice. And these are all the outcome. They read like a story. And the first card in a reading is always the most important to me, because this is what's happening, and all the other cards have a cord that leads back up to this. Why these are happening are related to this occurrence. The last card is also extremely important because this tells me kind of a final outcome. So, and that bodes well for this person, because whereas Knight of Wands is reversed here, Queen of Wands is upright at the end. So he or she will turn out okay. These are all great cards in the outcome. So this looks like a temporary pass. But let's talk quickly. Let's go through the spread. So if we have this energy not happening, here's another Ace of Wands is reversed, so that's energy not happening. And in the Chariot, it's the same thing, energy not happening. So basically, you could sum these up. So this modifies this, which modifies this. So energy is not happening. Why? They can't start. Why? May just be they have no willpower, no drive, something happening here in terms of just not wanting. Okay, that's our situation. The challenge for this person, and this is a very important row because this shows their problems and why things are causing them to get stuck. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, and this may have to do with money or health. And then we've got the Three of Cups, which has to do with celebration with friends. And then the Five of Cups has to do with sadness. So if this is the topic of this particular row, so if I want to kind of bring us like this, that's our 3-card reading. So caring for money, nurturing for money, mothering your money, modifying how you're doing. There's been a lot of partying, a lot of fun or something, or this could be even this could be health, so how they've been dealing with it. And the sadness is how kind of like the flow of how this happened. This is kind of modifies these other two, so this describes what's happening with these two. So sadness from too much partying with either health or money. So somebody needs to hear about they've been doing too many things in terms of with drink, fun, food, money, whatever it is, and it's related to either health or finances, but it ends in sadness. So the cards that touch each other for me have more significance than the cards that are far apart if you end up using a longer row than this. Usually I actually use 4 cards down in each row. That's how I have always done it. And I don't give an attribute to this row like situation, challenge, advice. I don't do that. I do that going across. But these kind of create the story within that theme. So now, if you go into the next column, the advice, what we've got here is family time, family health, and then we've got the 6 of Wands reversed, and the Page of Cups, which is about love, starting love, expressing love. So the 10 of Pentacles is modified by this card that's reversed, victory reversed. So it's about not while in the upright position in this spread alone, it suggests that, you know, everything is going okay with this, or that you should do this. But what this tells us a little bit more is that something is not happening. The victory is not happening within the family or within the body, if you consider your body, or within the health. So something is not going right within either the health or the family. Being able to actualize the good ending that you want. So something is not good. And it talks about giving kind of like a beginning, the page being new, the beginning expression of love for something. So the advice of this becomes a little bit more clear, is understanding where things have not been happening. So you can see it has echoes of the original reading we have, but it goes a little deeper. It sinks in a little bit more. Something has not been happening. There's not been a victory. And even this could be not having the fire to succeed, not having the desire to succeed, or the goals to succeed, to make this happen. And this really talks about approaching it with more of a sense of love. And in the outcome here, we have the wish come true, and family and home, or a rite of passage, and then the Queen of Wands. So 9 of Cups, 4 of Wands, and Queen of Wands. And this really shows an increase in desire and love and what this person seems to want. Because the wish come true happens, they do go through this rite of passage, and then the energy is refulfilled. So you could really narrow this whole reading down by saying it goes from this. So if you want to box this in like you would with a grand tableau or a larger Lenormand reading, it's the same thing here. Starts here, the final card is here. So if you want to tell this person what this is about, you could take these 2 cards and say, look, you're not moving now. You will eventually. This is the stuff that happens in between and why it's happening. If you want to mirror cards like you would in Lenormand, which is something I've started doing since reading Lenormand, these also tell you the middle of it, the whys. So not moving, and then the wish come true. So not moving now, the wish will come true, but you may not be moving now because what you want isn't happening. But just put these 2 cards together however you would see it. With actual meanings like this, with Lenormand you have houses. With tarot you may have actual spread positions. So this is one spread position right here. This whole thing is just one spread position. This right here is your second spread position. So it's almost like a house, because it tells you what it's going to mean. This is going to be the challenge. It's in the house of challenges, and this is in the house of situations, and this is in the house of advice and the house of outcome. So, but what I would not want to do, what I find kind of messes up the reading, is if you start doing what you do in Lenormand, where you'll mirror this to this. All right, I wouldn't do that, because and these same thing here, I wouldn't mirror this to this, because this is a problem. It's in your problem column, and this is your advice. This is in the what to do. So you can, if you want, see how it works for you, but I find that I don't really cross columns that way. I would, however, say, like, if you did this, it may affect this. So because this is in the advice, if you show a bit more love, it would affect this, the sadness. Okay, or the sadness is impacting this not moving, or you know, the outcome is this, and you can see that these 3 things are happening, and these 3 down here actually can become another reading for you. So situation, challenge, advice, and outcome. So not moving because they're sad. The advice is to express with more love, and the outcome. So you can see how each of these columns can become kind of a mini reading, and they do work. This works very successfully. But I don't tend to use, like, mirror this and this to create a meaning, or mirror this and this, just because they are in different, say, houses or themes, and the theme colors what's going on with the card. So that's how I read it. I find this is very quick system. So when I do this, I could probably read this within tops, maybe 3 minutes tops. Let's say this is about Facebook. So this person may not feel they want to go on Facebook. They don't want to go on. They just have no drive to do it anymore, where they used to love it. Why? Because, well, it used to nurture them, and they would go on there because they would find nurturing and lots of fun and parties, and then they felt sadness when they left it. So this is their challenge. The advice is, yeah, you can do it, but it's not where you're going to find your complete victory. With one person here, it's almost like focus on more like one person. The Page of Cups is something smaller, something solo. So rather than all these people, it's like really the advice is probably to bring it down to 1 or 2 people instead of the whole entire tribe. And then the outcome for this person is actually they do much better. The Nine of Cups is wish come true, and they go through this great rite of passage that's better, and their energy is returned. So that's how fast I would do this whole reading for this person. And if it's a person that doesn't know tarot, I don't start telling them what the cards are. You just tell them what they mean, so it goes down even further. Tribe, you're not having a victory with the tribe, go more solo. Yeah, it will happen for you. You go through a rite of passage and you'll feel a lot better. But first what you've got to do is focus on something smaller, because you've been really sad in terms of kind of like overdoing, over partying, what you've been nurturing, focusing on. So that's how I do the reading, and I invite you to try this at home with your own tarot cards. It helps to use cards that have big, familiar energy that you can look at and identify right off the bat. If it has lots of little tiny details and intricate things in it, you're going to find yourself not being able to summarize in a fast way. So that's it. Have fun.